There comes a moment in every tired professional's life when you realize you weren't built for labor, not real effort. You're perfectly capable of effort, but that specific, fluorescent lit, Slack message drenched, meaningless busywork flavor of effort? Yeah, hard pass. If you've ever stared at your laptop at 3:17 p.m. and thought, there must be a better way, congratulations, you're not broken, you're awake. I'm Thrive, your corporate escape artist and full-time career strategist, and today we're talking real jobs for people who hate working, with 2025 pay estimates, where you can actually get hired, and how to build a life you don't need a vacation from. Historical references? Check. Pop culture jokes? Always. Blatant disrespect for pointless meetings? Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's get into this. Part 1. Why hating work is historically correct. Look, first things first, if you hate work, like traditional office culture, performative nonsense work, you are historically correct. Ancient Mesopotamia, work meant survival. Plant grain, survive floods, occasional invention of writing. Nobody had OKRs or synergized deliverables. Medieval farmers, you worked hard. Then you stopped. When winter came, you didn't grind, you napped. They invented hibernation before bears made it cool. Industrial Revolution, 14-hour factory shifts, no HR department, no catered lunches, just soot, suffering, and maybe a boiled potato if you survive the day. Modern era? Now it's PowerPoint, performance reviews, and pretending you love team culture while plotting your escape in a Google Doc. You don't hate work. You hate pointless, chaotic, soul-leeching work. That's not laziness. That's called having standards. Part 2. How to pick work that doesn't destroy you. If you have to work, and let's be real, capitalism isn't handing out free condos yet, at least pick something that doesn't grind your soul into fine powder. Here's your anti-burnout job checklist. Low supervision, no micromanagers breathing down your neck like rejected Shakespearean villains, clear deliverables. You do the thing, you get paid. Not ongoing, collaborative, synergizing, flexible hours. Your brain doesn't always peak at 8 a.m. sharp. Hell, mine doesn't even peak before noon. Minimal drama, no office politics, no surprise HR investigations about vibe, and no emotional labor. You are not a free therapist for Brad from sales. If a job flunks 2 or more of those, walk away. You're choosing survival with dignity. Part 3. The jobs for people who hate working. Here are real jobs, what you'd actually be doing, who's hiring in 2025, and the historical ancestors of each of these hustles. Freelance writer, historical cousin, ancient scribes. What you do. Write blogs, write articles, write ads, write newsletters. Pretend you knew what blockchain logistics optimization meant before this morning. Where you would work? Upwork, Fiverr Pro, Cantina. Pay? $25 to $80 an hour depending on the niche. The daily vibe? Sweatpants, caffeine, 14 Google tabs open, possible existential crisis by noon. Delivery driver. Pop culture cousin? Ryan Gosling and Drive, but with less existential dread and more cheeseburgers. What you would do? Pick up food, drop off food, repeat. That's it. Where you work? Well, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart, come on. You've used them all, you know. What does it pay? Well, between $18 to $30 an hour plus tips. Kind of depends on where you work, location. Daily vibe, you, a playlist, and enough existential freedom to almost feel like a poet. Data entry specialist. The historical cousin, medieval monks meticulously copy manuscripts. What you do? Copy, paste, repeat. Kind of sounds like the delivery driver, doesn't it? Anyway, where you work? Belay, Robert Half Talent, flex jobs. What does it pay? $18 to $28 an hour typically. Again, location dependent. The daily vibe, you versus spreadsheets. Winner, you. Loser, your ergonomic chair. Night security guard, the historical cousin of medieval watchmen, just without the torches. What you would do? Sit, walk around, pretend you're Batman. Where are you going to work? Securitas, Allied Universal, G4S, paid between $20 and $27 an hour, more if you're firearm certified. Daily vibe, snack, patrol, philosophize about life's pointlessness, then repeat. Library assistant, the historical cousin of curators of the Library of Alexandria. Rest in peace. What you do? Shelve. Shh, shelve again. Where you work? Local libraries, universities. The pay? $18 to $24 an hour. The daily vibe? Pure, quiet, smells like paper, and subtle judgment. Dog walker or pet sitter. Historical cousin to the Royal Falconers. What you would do? Walk dogs, feed cats, cuddle whoever consents. Where you work? Rover, WAG, private clients. Pay? $20 to $40 per visit. Private clients pay really well. The daily vibe, maximum serotonin, minimum human nonsense. Virtual assistant, the historical cousin of the royal stewards without powdered wigs. What you gonna do? Manage calendars, answer emails, save busy CEOs from themselves. Where are you going to work? Belay, time, etc. Boldly. Hey, and I'll put links to all of these things in the description. Don't worry about it. Just relax. Pay $20 to $40 an hour on this. What's the daily vibe? Organized chaos. From the privacy of your Wi-Fi haven. Warehouse worker. Night shift. Historical cousin to the medieval dock workers moving crates by torchlight. What you do? Move stuff. Lift stuff. Scan stuff. Just a lot of things with stuff. Where are you going to work? Amazon. Walmart. Logistics. UPS. FedEx. Take your pick. Pays $19 to $28 an hour. The daily vibe? Silent. Peaceful. You plus podcast equals unstoppable. Or play Decide to Thrive's videos in the background. That'd be great. Self-employed odd jobs. Historical cousin to the town jack of all trades. What you do? Assemble furniture. Fix minor disasters. Haul stuff. Take your pick. Where are you going to work? TaskRabbit, Thumbstack, Fiverr. Pay $25 to $60 an hour. Kind of depends on what you're going to do. What's your vibe? Speaking of vibe, the daily vibe here, short gigs, fast pay, no HR drama. Transcriptionist, the historical cousin of the stenographers capturing medieval courtroom drama. What you do? Listen, type, question humanity's speaking skills. Where you work? Rev, Scribby, Upwork. Pays $20 to $30 an hour for these types of jobs. What's the daily vibe? You versus regional accents. Spoiler, you win. Hey, here's a fun break. Career astrology. Because if Mercury retrograde can ruin my Wi-Fi, it can absolutely pick your next hustle. Let's see where the stars say you belong. And remember, this is legally binding in the court of corporate disillusionment. Aries, March 21st to April 19th. Career match, TaskRabbit mercenary, or a freelance gig hunter. Why? Because you want fast missions, quicker pay, and zero patience for 3-hour meetings that could have been an email. And if jobs take longer than 20 minutes, you'll physically combust. Ideal hustle, assembling IKEA furniture with the precision of a caffeinated raccoon. Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Career match, dog walker, library assistant, or night security guard. Why? Because you crave stability, comfort, and snacks within arm's reach. Anything that involves silence, routine, and a cash flow that you can nap on is your personal nirvana. Bonus points if the dress code includes pajamas and athleisure. Gemini, May 21st through June 20th. Career match, virtual assistant, freelance social media manager. Why? Because your brain has 37 tabs open at all times, and you thrive on controlled chaos. You're basically a human group chat. Fast, witty, mildly confusing, but somehow effective. Just don't commit to one project for too long because boredom is your mortal enemy. Cancer, June 21st through July 22nd. Career match, library assistant, transcriptionist, and pet sitter. Why? Because you need cozy, safe environments, preferably with minimal confrontation and maximum emotional support animals. Small tasks soothe your anxious heart like a herbal tea and therapy. Bonus, you slightly judge bad grammar without starting public fights. Growth, Leo, July 23rd through August 22nd. Career match, delivery driver, dog walker, TaskRabbit hero. Why? Because you secretly want admiration for basic errands. Oh my God, thank you so much. And honestly, you deserve it. If a customer tips you $20 for bringing them Chipotle, you'll feel like you just won an Oscar. And rightfully so. Virgo, August 23rd through September 22nd. Career match, data entry specialist, transcriptionist, freelance editor. Why? Because you thrive on making chaos orderly, one spreadsheet, type, or invoice at a time. And if someone says it doesn't have to be perfect, you take personal offense and you fix that right away. Virgos will accidentally optimize your entire workflow while just helping out. Libra, September 23rd through October 22nd. Career match, virtual assistant, freelance writer, customer experience consultant, the low drama version. Why? Because you want balance, you want peace, you want aesthetic satisfaction. You also don't want to be yelled at before your first coffee. Your ideal gigs allow you to organize chaos while looking good doing it. Scorpio, October 23rd through November 21st. Career match, transcriptionist, freelance researcher, and night shift security guard. Why? Because you crave secrecy, autonomy, and jobs where you can disappear into the shadows without being questioned. People think you're mysterious. Really, you're just tired of explaining things to management. Respect. Sagittarius, November 22nd through December 21st. Career match, delivery driver, freelance gig hopper, reseller flipper. Why? Because freedom is
your love language.
And if you stay in one place too long, you start planning an escape route. The open road, a Spotify playlist, and minimal oversight, pure Sagittarius bliss. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Career match, freelance writer, business consultant, micro business mogul. Why? Because you were born ready to work, but only on your own terms. Capricorns will start a side hustle just for fun and accidentally make six figures by Q2. You call it efficiency. We call it mild world domination. Aquarius, January 20th through February 18th. Career match, night shift warehouse worker, freelance web designer, security guard. Why? Because you are allergic to corporate groupthink and will ghost a company the moment someone says, "We're like a family here." Ideal roles Scorpios let you work alone, solve weird problems, and invent new systems, preferably while wearing headphones. Pisces, February 19th through March 20th. Career match, pet sitter, freelance creative, and library assistant. Why? You're powered by vibes, dreams, and the occasional existential dread. You need a soft, peaceful workplace where nobody harshes your mellow man. Bonus if you get to care for animals or curate perfectly melancholic playlists while working. Look, the stars don't lie, people. Neither does your gut feeling when Karen schedules a 7 a.m. team bonding exercise. Choose peace, choose side hustles, choose survival with style. Now, whether you're destined to be a freelance wizard, a night shift philosopher, or the world's most organized virtual assistant, one truth remains. You need a plan. Now let's talk about how to actually land these jobs, or better yet, build your own hustle and escape altogether. Here is a step-by-step guide to getting hired. Pick your vibe. Build a simple, no-nonsense resume. Focus on one platform and then dominate it. Don't spread it out like a blanket or a net. Apply aggressively. Win the first gig. Build from there. Set strong boundaries. Now, maybe you're sitting there thinking, Thrive, all this job stuff sounds great, but what if I went off the hamster wheel altogether? Good. Because nothing says I'm done with corporate nonsense like building your own side hustle. And no, you don't need to invent the next Facebook, sell a kidney, or suddenly become a crypto bro with a suspiciously aggressive motivational Instagram page. You can start small, you can start smart, and sustainable. So let's break down a few real-world normal human options.
Break it down.
Sell digital products. Welcome to the world where you get paid, even while you're asleep. Yeah, it is real. And no, you don't have to manifest it with crystals. Here are things you could sell. Resume templates, if you're good at making them. I do those. Social media templates. Canva is your new best friend. Budget trackers, journals, planners. Everyone loves a printable. Ebooks or how-to guides. Simple, useful guides on skills you know. I also do that. Where you can sell these. Etsy. This is best for printables and templates. Gumroad. Best for digital downloads. Shopify. Or a simple website if you want to make your own mini empire. I have my own website, d2thrive.com. Check it out. The historical cousin is the traveling scribes who sold handwritten scrolls. You're just doing it digitally and with a lot less ink-stained fingers. Resell stuff online. Congratulations, you're now a digital treasure hunter. Here are things you could flip. Vintage clothes, thrifted designer bags, retro electronics, old video games, cameras, and turntables are exceptionally lucrative. Furniture. Facebook Marketplace is chaos and opportunity. Where to sell. eBay for vintage collectibles, Poshmark for fashion, Mercari for general stuff, Facebook Marketplace for local flips. Here's a starter tip for that. If you have an eye for things that could be clean, styled, or restored, you can turn a $10 thrift store find into a $100 profit. Yeah, it takes some legwork, but you're working for you. Freelance your weirdest talent. You don't need to be an expert with a framed MBA. You just need to be better at something than the average person. Here are things that you could freelance. Writing, articles, blogs, newsletters, graphic design like logos, social media posts, voice acting, a huge market thanks to podcasts, YouTube, and audiobooks, proofreading and editing. The world desperately needs better grammar. ChatGPT, not great at it. Virtual tech help, setting up websites, troubleshooting small businesses tech. Where you can find these gigs? Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, TopTal, if you're more advanced. Here's a starter tip for that. Pick one thing. Build a basic portfolio with 5 examples max. Post it everywhere. Don't wait until you're ready, because honestly, nobody ever feels ready. Create a tiny paid community. Feeling brave? Want to gather your fellow niche nerds? Here's what you could do. Private Facebook groups with paid memberships. Paid Discord channels. This is popular with gamers, crypto, investing, even writers. Run small mastermind groups or coaching pods. I do this and charge $500 a head. You're welcome to join. How do you make money? Charge a small monthly fee for exclusive content, live Q&As, resources, workshops, and accountability groups. If you can get even 20 people to pay $10 a month, that's $200 a month to start. Scale it up over time without selling your soul to Instagram ads. Microservices. The golden ticket if you have zero patience for huge projects and want fast paydays. So what counts as microservices? 30-minute resume reviews like I do, $100 for a 30-minute resume review and rewrite. Quick social media audits, 10 Instagram post designs, 15-minute website speed fixes. Where can you offer these types of things? Fiverr. It's literally designed for small gigs. Direct outreach via LinkedIn. Your own mini website, Wix, Card, Notion templates, or start a YouTube channel and advertise that way. Look, you don't have to quit your job tomorrow and build a 6-figure empire overnight. Start one hustle, one small product, one tiny service. Stack your wins like building bricks. Eventually, you look up and realize you built yourself a castle while everyone else was still trying to win Employee of the Month. And trust me, it feels way better getting a random $30 notification from Gunroad sale while you're eating nachos than it does waiting 3 months for your boss to approve a 1.8% raise. So, whether you find your freedom inside a job or outside of one, the goal stays the same. Work smarter, resist harder, and maybe thrive. You're not lazy for hating nonsense work. You're evolved. Work should serve your life, not devour it. Pick smarter jobs or build your own. But whatever you do, thrive, don't survive. Like if you like, sub if you sub, share if you share. I'm Thrive. Bye.